adventure, beauty, outdoor opportunity, economic opportunity. Both of these states have all of those things, but we're going to be comparing today Colorado and California. We get a lot of clients that are moving here from California, and here in Colorado, honestly, we've had a lot of Californians move here in the last few years. You'll hear a lot of jokes about it. We actually love that new people are coming here. Don't let that deter you. We're going to jump right into the comparisons. And the first thing we're gonna start with is weather. Weather in California, I grew up on the Central Coast around the Lompoc, like Santa Maria sort of area in California. I absolutely loved the weather there. It was balmy, it was beautiful, mid 70s all the time there. It was sunny all the time. It was awesome. Great little place to grow up there. Here in Colorado Springs, I feel like the weather's honestly pretty mild, and we actually do get 4 seasons. Being in California, that's something that I honestly kind of missed. We ended up moving to Mississippi. Again, it's something that I kind of missed there. We didn't really get all 4 seasons, so you get to the end of the year, it's Thanksgiving and Christmas time, and not much is really changing in states like California or Mississippi or the Southeast in general. But here in Colorado, like, we actually get all 4 seasons, so we start to get that cooler weather. Fall is absolutely my favorite season here because the daytime temperatures are perfect. The nights get a little bit chilly, so a little fire in the backyard is awesome. A lot of people think that it snows a ton here, and up in the mountains it does, but here in Colorado Springs, it does not snow that much. We'll get like 1 or 2 storms a year where we get a significant snowfall, but after a day or two, things warm back up. It's really not that bad. The snow's pretty much gone most of the time after 2 or 3 days, and we're right back into sort of balmy weather, 40s, 50s, and even up into the 60s sometimes. I've seen it in December and January. So weather, I would say, I think Colorado wins. I think it does. Number 2, one thing that California has that we don't have is water. And I know that's really funny because a lot of people make fun of California and their water situations, but here's the thing, California has a lot of coastline and a lot of beaches, and we don't have that here in Colorado. That's the one thing we don't have. If we did have that, Colorado would look a lot more like California in terms of population and things like that. I mean, that's a huge reason people love California. You're so close to the ocean. So we don't have that here in Colorado, but we do have the Rocky Mountains, which are, man, they're iconic. It's ridiculously beautiful here. And that's not to take away from the Sierra Nevadas, but listen, I was just in California last November. California is absolutely beautiful. I forgot how pretty it was out there, but I feel like Colorado has to win in terms of its outdoor beauty. If we want to talk about outdoor recreational opportunities, California is a massive state. You do have mountains there, you have the beach there, you have woods there, you have the desert there. You really do honestly have everything in California. I feel like we have all of that except for a beach here in Colorado. So we miss out on some of those outdoor recreation activities, but I feel like we have everything else here just as much as California does. All the hiking, biking, whitewater rafting, the rock climbing, the snowboarding, skiing, all that stuff. So I kind of have to give California and Colorado a tie in that category. Population. California is our most populous state in the country. Just over 39 million people there. In terms of shopping, dining, entertainment, stuff like that, out there in California, if you're living in one of the major cities, then you've obviously got a lot more to do there maybe than we do here in Colorado. But Colorado, with just over 5 million people in the entire state, it just feels so much less crowded here. I know for a lot of locals, that has been a big point of contention lately, is like, it just seems like it's growing so much more and getting so much more crowded. Well, there's not 40 million people living here in this state. So it really isn't that much more crowded. And one of the things I love about not having that massive population is commute times. We were talking about outdoor activities earlier. Colorado in general, you're so much closer to all those outdoor activities. Obviously, that's dependent on where you live in California, but I think about just the ski resorts here. I can be to any ski resort that I would want to go to within 2, maybe 3 hours, depending on where you live in California. Like to get up to Lake Tahoe or Mammoth Lakes or something like that, like You're gonna be talking from one of the major cities anywhere from 3 to 6, 7, 8 hours, which is a long drive to make to be able to go do something like that. Here, it's a day trip, and it's a super easy day trip. Get up early in the morning, drive 2.5 hours, hit up any of the major ski resorts that you want here, go have yourself a day and be back home in time for dinner. It's awesome. Being able to get anywhere in the entire state within probably a 6, maybe 7 hour drive from Colorado Springs is awesome. To go from SoCal to NorCal, like, that is an absolute drive, not even considering like traffic and rush hour and things like that. In terms of like accessibility due to population and things like that, I definitely give Colorado the upper hand there. The big one, let's talk about cost of living. Everyone's talking about it. It has become more and more expensive to live here in Colorado, and that's an unfortunate reality due to the fact that a lot of people do want to live here. And so as you have more people moving here, more demand for housing here in the Front Range kind of area, so Fort Collins all the way down to Pueblo, more of those houses are getting snatched up. That's where we see the majority of our increase in cost of living is in housing. We generally run anywhere from 5 to 10% above the national average when it comes to cost of living. Our average housing costs here, at least in Colorado Springs, is running around $545,000, $50,000, somewhere around there. And then our median price point is running around $460 to $470, depending on the month. It costs a pretty penny to live in California. Last year in May, around this time, median house price was over $850,000. You talk about wanting to live in San Francisco. I was just out there, went up there a bunch as a kid when we lived there. It's experiencing its problems right now, but a really cool city overall. That's a 91% above the national average. Even in more like a normal city, I would say like Sacramento or something like that, according to bankrate.com, you're still 22% above the national average. Even though California has a lot of things that Colorado doesn't have, I will take that cost of living trade-off to be able to live in an area that still offers me plenty of outdoor activity, plenty of beauty in the state, plenty of accessibility all over the state, all the amenities that you could want here, all the shopping and dining and entertainment is still close by, still within a really short drive. The convenience factor overall is awesome, and I definitely have to give the cost of living category to Colorado, so that one wins for me. Listen, I get it. I'm a little bit biased, so leave some comments in the comment section if you think I'm wrong. And if you agree with me, leave some comments in the comment section. If you've been considering that move to Colorado from California, like I said, we've had several clients do that in the last couple of years, and they've all really seemed to enjoy it and really love it out here. If you're considering that move, definitely reach out to us. We're licensed realtors here in the state of Colorado. We absolutely love helping our clients find that perfect home for them. And we love talking about where to live, work, eat, play, all right here within Colorado Springs. So don't be afraid to give us a shout, and we'll see you next time.